Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Thank you so much for being here. Uh, oh, there we go. Let me get the slides up and we're good to go. And okay, slides coming up. Let me see who was here first. Fancy, thank you so much. Carol Lunn, 24 months membership. 2 years, Baron. You make it interesting. Thank you very much. 2 years membership. Oh, unbelievable. Thank you. That is so kind of you. Thank you so much for your continued support. All right, there we go. And so boring, not boring. Boring, not boring. Boring. And of course, not boring. There's a difference. There is a vast difference between one royal couple and the other. And finally, one of the royal reporters, probably for the first time since, I don't know, 2017, 2018, has told the truth again about how boring Will and Kate are, how lackluster they are. And all of this is on the heels of another article which claims that they are going to somehow save the monarchy. Well, we'll see. I wouldn't bet the farm on it though. I would not bet the farm on it. Anyway, let's get into it. Huh. No. Well, okay. Let's see here. Sad news out of the music world today. Angie Stone passed away after doing a concert. I believe it was in Alabama. Car accident. They say that it was a car accident, and anyway, that's very unfortunate, especially when you consider it's award season, and that obviously people have recently, in all likelihood, spent some time with her and everything, and it's well, let me just see what it says here. I'll go with Rolling Stone. Angie Stone, neo soul singer, or in other words, new song, neo soul singer, dead at 63, member of the pioneering all-female hip-hop group The Sequence, died in a car accident following Alabama concert. Oh, they got a paywall. Okay, I'm going to have to find someone else to. I didn't know that you had to get a thing for that. Let's go with the Associated Press. So the Grammy-nominated R&B singer Angie Stone, a member of the all-female hip-hop trio, The Sequence, and known for her hit song "Wish I Didn't Miss You," was killed early Saturday in a car crash. She was 63. About 4 a.m., the vehicle she was riding in back to Atlanta from Alabama flipped over and was subsequently hit by a big rig. Music producer and Stone longtime manager Walter Millsap III told the Associated Press in an email. Everyone else in the cargo van survived except for Stone, she said. The Alabama Highway Patrol said in a news release that the 2021 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van turned over on Interstate 65 at about 4:25 a.m. Saturday before being hit by a Freightliner Cascadia truck. Wow, that's unfortunate. And sadly, she was pronounced dead at the scene. That's those Mercedes vans, that is. Those are usually some very durable vehicles. So and maybe that's why other people survived, because they're so well built. But everyone was taken to the hospital, it says. Okay, they said they learned the news from Angie Stone's daughter, Diamond, and longtime the Sequence member Blondie. Okay, so very sad news, quite unfortunate, and yeah, it's very sad. But do pray for her family, because they need those prayers right now. They really do. It's very tragic, very very tragic. Um, wow, it's very sad. I was listening to some of her music earlier, and definitely gifted. Winsome Jones, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for being here tonight. I appreciate you, or this morning for you. Perhaps thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Okay. Wow, very sad. Oh, yeah, I didn't see any pictures or anything, but wow, that is unfortunate, especially, a car accident. Um One of the things about cars nowadays, they say, even though they don't seem as well built as in the past, that people are surviving more often than not. Whereas in the past, it would be less likely. So it's something that I don't ever think about most days, that it could happen to anyone I know. But yeah, it does still happen, right? I mean, oh well, that's very sad. I don't know why, but when it's almost like with Princess Diana, you think if a person is very influential and such, that somehow they're safer than the average person, but situations like this let you know that that is totally not true. That anyone can be vulnerable. Here's some photos from over the years. Beautiful. Very nice. Yeah. Rest in peace. Rest in power. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's so unfortunate. But yeah, so very sad news in the music industry today, especially for her fans. And yeah, very, very tough. Okay. Let's get on with it. There you go. That is Times Square. Our Duchess in Times Square. It is something about that. I've known a couple people that I have been friends with that have had the image of themselves in Times Square, and I tell you, from what I hear, it is quite a rush. There's nothing else like it. Times Square, the cross streets of the world, or whatever they call it. That is a very, very exciting thing to have your image in Times Square, especially on one of those billboards as big as a house. You got to love it. And it's not the first time for our Duchess, if you recall the Archetypes. Yeah, the Archetypes was also in Times Square. And I'm sure over the years, the Duchess of Sussex has had several occasions when her image was in Times Square. But anyway, it's always exciting to see. It never gets old. It never, ever gets old. As a matter of fact, I'm looking right now to see if I can see the Duchess of Sussex Times Square for the Archetypes. And I don't see it. Huh. No matter. Let me see. Archetypes. Nope. I don't see it. Okay. No matter. It's okay. But I'm sure you've seen it before. Or maybe if I search Times Square, that would be the easiest thing. Nope, that's not it. Okay, don't matter. Here is another one. There you can see it is over the Starbucks. Now, I think I know where that Starbucks is. Yes, that's the one where they have that triangle. You can see the reflection of the American flag in the glass of the Starbucks. That's where they have that triangle. If you've never been to Times Square before, it is super touristy, but I love touristy stuff. I love being in any space that I've seen on television. That is always so much fun for me. Yeah, what could I say? I I'm easily excited by stuff like that. I've seen it on TV. I'm here. I can't believe I'm here. I'm one of those kind of people. I just want to be there in that space. Huh. All right. And I got one more. There you go. Congratulations, Duchess of Sussex. I love that for her, and she deserves it. If anybody deserves it, it is our Duchess. Okay, and there's that one. And that is a nighttime image. So as you can see, it's been up there all day. By the way, I don't think we'll be here more than an hour. You know, I have to say that. I don't think we'll be here more than an hour. Yes, Duchess Meghan, take over. Take over. And listen, we only got I don't even think it's going to be 48 hours because I suspect it's going to come on, well, 48 hours, yeah. But it's going to come on very, well, I don't know, maybe 4 a.m. my time. Whatever it is, I'll take it. And this dropped earlier. Now, there is a little video, but it's only a second long. It's not even worth it. But you could actually pretty much see what was on the video looking at those two left photos right there. If you haven't, please do go to the Instagram and make sure you like it. We want to make sure that we send as much traffic and also share it. Like it and share it. You know what I'm saying? Put it on your Instagram so we can get as much traffic, as many visits to our Duchess's social media as possible. This is what everybody has been asking for. So do make good use of it. Do make sure that you share it and share it quite often, because there's been a lot of people that's been like, oh, I can't wait for Meghan to get back to to her social media. Well, she's there. And if you're not sharing it, I am going to admonish you with my stare. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stare at you and admonish you with my stare. So do make sure that you are promoting all things Duchess of Sussex, Harry and Meghan, and so on, because that is what everybody has been asking for, waiting for Meghan to get back on Instagram. And I just don't think that there's enough people carrying their weight right now. I'm just saying. I don't mean everybody, just the, those who have not been promoting our Duchess, because there's just so many people out there that are hoping and wishing, and you know what I'm saying? They're just they want the Sussexes to fail. Now, to be fair to the Sussex squad, if anybody has been doing the most for the Sussexes, it has been us. But we can always do more. So please do visit the Instagram and make sure you go on Harry and Meghan's Sussex.com. So the photo on the right side, what does that one say? It says, when the aunties come to celebrate and play, love you, Serena Williams. Oh, Auntie Serena. By the way, that is Serena Williams. And over there on the right side, it says 3 days until party begins. All are invited at Netflix. Yes. And then on the right side there, I'm guessing that's Harry, right? I'm guessing that's Harry. You know, my eyes ain't so good. Plus size fairy, thank you so much for being here. You know, my eyes ain't that good, but I'm guessing that that's Harry, right? Yes, it's got to be Harry. It's got to be. I mean, who else would it be, right? But that is Harry. You know what? I'm going to doubt myself. So why don't I just go and double check and see what it says on Instagram? Because I am going to doubt myself. No. Gotta. Oh, there we go. There we go. I wanted to see what the caption said. There is no caption. Yeah, that's got to be Harry. Is it? All right. I don't know. I don't know. I'm doubting myself again. I know. How cute is that? The photo on the right? Okay, that's Serena. The hair is long. Okay. Okay. I can't see so good. Oh, yes, I see it now. Okay, I see it. I see it. Okay, got it. Sorry, you guys. I told you I was doubting myself. Yes, I told you I'm going to get my eyes checked soon. I am. I really do need to get them checked soon. That's why I always feel sorry for people when it's raining out and they just like step out in the street in front of the car. I'm like, you have no idea. If only you knew who was behind the wheel. I think that they should put a white stick on the front of my car because I can't see that good. And don't let it be nighttime. I have poor. Matter of fact, I don't have poor night vision. I have night vision. It's so I can't afford the R. I have night vision. Oh, yes. Okay, I see. Wow, you guys are good. You guys are good. You guys are like detectives. Okay. Very good. Thank you for solving that for me. Auntie Serena. Auntie Serena is over. I love that. But remember, you guys, Meghan doesn't have any friends. Everybody in Hollywood is against them. Nobody ever comes over. They're just hiding behind those walls. Okay. All right. Thank you for solving that, you all. And then check it out. There's more. Uh Megan's Closet Chronicles. Together, they were playing Candyland, but noticeably, their game box has been customized to Archie and Lili. You guys, the box has been customized to Archie and Lili. You see it? Just above where it says Candyland, it says Archie and Lili Candyland, the pink box. So the one that you see all the way to the left, that one says the Regan family, right? But the one above that says, the brighter box that you see there, that says Archie and Lili. So I suppose you can actually purchase the Candyland box set and get it monogrammed. Yeah, you can have whatever you want on it. Link to shop and customize your own will be added to my store. See that? And then on the right side, it says in a series of new shared stories, Meghan and Lili enjoy a visit from none other than Serena Williams today. In the clip, Meghan is wearing both the Lee shirt and coordinated pants by Lolly something New York City, right? In a navy and ivory pinstripe. Yeah, and there's a link for that too. Well, you can see the thing up there. So yeah, if you're interested in those, it is available. H Knight, thank you for being a member for 34 months. Hi, all. I'm up late tonight. Almost 3 years. Yes, almost 3 years. Thank you very much for being a member of Royal Sussex. All right. So, this vintage bookshelf edition is a sweet way for parents and children to enjoy Candyland, a child's first game. The adventure takes you on a wonderful journey, traveling past the crooked old peanut brittle house and lollipop woods until you eventually reach home sweet home. As this magical experience unfolds, your child is learning colors without reading or counting. This collectible edition features the charming graphics from the 1978 edition, as well as the iconic gingerbread playing pieces, all packed in a stylish fabric wrapped book that looks absolutely beautiful on display on your bookshelf. I didn't know that that was something that exists, but yeah, they got a special book set edition of Candyland. Connie Bowmer. Hey, Connie Bowmer. Thank you so much for joining us. Hey, Amazing Grace. Soon and very soon we shall have Squatty's Victory Walk. Yes. I'm gonna do like what's his name? Dun 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 dun. I'm gonna do like Kendrick Lamar. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, why not? Actually, I need Harry and Meghan to do that one day. Like, let's say if they do go to the coronation, I want them to come in there like Kendrick Lamar. Dun 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 dun. Bum 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 bum. Yeah. Billionaire. Do that little billionaire strut. If that happened, you know that would shut the internet down. The internet would go offline, wouldn't it? If Harry and Meghan walked into the coronation. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Yep. That would that would break the internet. Lisette Zog says, just going forward and things cause I can't I can't taste the smell by smelling it. Yes, I do. Thank you, Lisette. Thank you for going forward in things. Yes, I do. Oh, gosh, that is so funny. I love that. I love that. Poor Kate. Poor Kate. Got that unfortunate stammer. At a loss for words, but at least her mother trained her to say, I do. Yeah, that is. Ah, we have to do it now. We have to do it. Okay. All right, hit it, Kate.
Well, obviously it'd be, I would love to have met her, and she's obviously she's an inspirational woman to look up to, obviously to this day, and going forward and things. It is, it's a wonderful family. It's a wonderful family. Going forward and things. It is, it's a wonderful family. The members who I've met have achieved a lot, and very inspirational. So yeah, I do.
What was that again?
Yeah, I do.
You what?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I thought so. And who taught you to say, yeah, I do? Was it the air hostess? Yeah, I suspect it was the air hostess. It was the air hostess that taught her to say, yeah, I do. And she's been saying it ever since. Well, thank you very much for that, Lisette, and thank you for being here today. And also, thank you for being a member of Royal Sussex. Okay. I'm still picturing Harry and Meghan kind of strutting in there like Kendrick Lamar. Okay. Let's see here. So, because I know that you all have already seen this, I shouldn't even mention it because every day you all are checking the Sussex.com or the Archwell Foundation website. So it's embarrassing that I chose to share it, but I'm going to do it anyway. But this is what they posted today: Leading with Purpose, honoring Women's History Month. I guess March is Women's History Month. Is that what they're saying? I guess it is, especially since they posted this on the first of the month. Women's leadership shaping history and our shared future. Today, on the first day of Women's History Month, we celebrate the trailblazers, change makers, and everyday leaders who uplift communities through service. At the Archwell Foundation, we believe in leadership isn't just about power, it's about purpose. Through our initiatives, we support women stepping into their power and purpose, whether through mentorship, business support, or access to opportunity. This includes organizations like Haitian Opportunity Fund, which provides entrepreneurial coaching, grants, and loans to women-owned businesses. That's exciting. And the 19th, an independent newsroom amplifying women's voices in media. We highlight women's leadership both locally and globally, and will continue to uplift their work. Excuse me. Because when women lead, we all move forward. The Archwell Foundation encourages you to explore resources and spaces that celebrate women this month and always. Please see below for a list of resources that our team has compiled. So there is a list, and I will share it with you. So Leading with Purpose, honoring Women's History Month. And let me see, do I have the list? Oh, you know what? I was looking at it already. There it is on the right side. Could that be any smaller? I guess you have to go to their website. Women's History Museum, the National Women's History Museum, the International Museum of Women Archives at Feminist Institute. That's a virtual archive. Okay. Center for History. That's in New York City. Smithsonian American Women's History Museum. That's in Washington, D.C. Women's Museum of California, San Diego. International Women's Air and Space Museum. That's in Cleveland, Ohio. National Women's Hall of Fame, Seneca Falls, New York. And Women Made Gallery, and that's in Chicago, Illinois. So that's the list of places that they compiled for your convenience. Got it? Otherwise, just go over to the Archwell website and all shall be revealed. Remember, girls with dreams become women with vision. Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. Oh, that is powerful. I like that. One more time. Girls with dreams become women with visions. There you go. Speaking of women with visions, where is Church Nellie? It's Saturday night, and I'm pretty sure by now she's had enough moonshine that she has double vision. So maybe that's why she's not. Usually on Saturday night, Church Nellie starts dipping in that moonshine, and next thing you know, she's got double vision, triple vision. She got all kind of visions, sightings. And then after a night at the juke joint, what's next? Church. Yep, church. And that's why we call her Church Nellie. So if there was ever a woman of visions, especially multiple visions, it's our Church Nellie. Now, yesterday we were all celebrating the engagement of Nana and this is the gentleman that she's engaged to. Um, you know what? He's had a very interesting life. I'll say that he's had a very interesting life, especially prison. What I learned about being in prison. This guy, I believe, has his own podcast. He's written books. You know, he's not just some slouch. He has turned his troubled past into a cautionary tale, as well as a way to share, some of the experiences that he's had. I'm pretty sure it was almost like a little self-help type of situation, but yeah, that's him right there. Well, I'm guessing this is when they met the first time. She interviewed him on GB News. I don't know if that was their first time or not, but she did interview him. Nana speaks to author Stephen Gillen. Yeah, she speaks to author Stephen Gillen. And well, I hope that now she will leave the Sussexes alone. I hope we don't have to see her on the GB News with that something stink look on her face. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't say much for her that she would sit there with that scowl on her face. It seemed like someone who's very, very unhappy. So maybe now she will find some happiness of her own and leave other people alone, right? I mean, you know what I'm saying? If I never have to if I never have to come across this on social media again, it'll be too soon, right? If I never have to see that, that random uh resting Nana face again, it'll be too soon. Because I'm telling you, that girl can make some faces. She got some faces for you. But now we don't have to suffer through it alone. There's someone else in her life who can be at the business end of Nana's, uh, shall we say, puzzling expressions. Oh, wait, here's one. Here's one for you. And this is with the extra gold eyeshadow. Nana, if you don't stay out of that wet and wild section of the what do you call it, of the pharmacy, she goes to Walgreens and CVS and goes straight to the wet and wild. Well, I guess in her case, she goes to Booth and get the wet and wild, which is, sometimes they have some great colors and everything, but it's basically cheap makeup. She should be a MAC girl. If I was her, I would go to MAC Cosmetics. I would actually get a part-time job at MAC Cosmetics, but stay out of that wet and wild because it's not good for someone on television. If you want to be on television, you don't want to use wet and wild. You got to use something that's a standard of the industry. How about this one? Woo! Oh my goodness. Head to toe by Aldi's Diane Hawkins. Head to toe. I think she must have got the toe, and instead of buying the one for your head, I think she just got the toe. Yeah, I think she only has the toe. I don't think she got the head and toe. She just got toe. As in toe up, toe. Yeah, she only got the toe. I don't think she even bothered with the head. She went straight to the toe. And then, of course, I don't know if they have, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they're doing things the old-fashioned way, and he hasn't had a chance to, what am I trying to say? See her without her, without her drag on, without being all made up. I wonder if he ever had a chance to see her without the makeup and the hair and everything, because sometimes in a fit of rage when she's complaining about Meghan, she just goes home and rip that hair off and starts swinging it around. You know what I'm saying? Don't ask me how I got this, but um sometimes when she leaves GB News, she's so frustrated and so upset that she just goes home and just let her rip. So I don't know if he had a chance to see the real Nana, but if you are watching, sir, you should know who you're engaged to. So, but I suppose he has seen all of this and he's okay with it. But if I had a chance to interview him, right? And I should try to interview him on Royal Sussex. If I had the opportunity to interview him, you know what I would ask him? I would ask him, can you please tell me what is that clicking sound?
That King Charles may never be Prince Harry. Prince Harry. Prince Harry. Is he being selfish? Prince Harry. Is he being selfish?
I would want to know, what is that clicking sound? What is that clicking sound? That's what I would want to know. Is what exactly is that clicking sound?
Prince Harry.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. What is that clicking sound? Yes, Nana is engaged. She's engaged. And listen, you guys, Nana has this weird habit of going and shopping and buying outfits that Meghan has worn. Like yesterday when she had her announcement, she was wearing the cape dress. I guess she's trying to be Meghan. And then there's another time when Nana wore, let me show it to you. Here it is right here. Now, you know that is the dress that Meghan wore to that variety function that time. That is the dress that Meghan wore. It's a bright pink color compared to Meghan's, which was more like a beige earth tone. But yeah, she, I don't know. For some reason, I think that she wants to be Meghan. That's the only thing I can think of, is that she wants to be Meghan. I don't blame her, but let me see. Where is that at? Is it this one? I'll show you the dress.
Congratulations. We're so happy to have you here because you are one of our Power of Women honorees. You are one of our alumni. And we're so thrilled because this is a night that is about supporting women and the idea that it's important to do so, especially in the entertainment industry. Why has that been so important for you to have that support and to give that support back?
Oh gosh, I mean, this industry is just so special, and you see how many women use the platform that they have and just channel it for good. And I think as the more we support each other, it just amplifies the work, amplifies our community. I'm just thrilled to be back in it and to be able to sit in this room, be in such good company tonight, and also to focus so much on how
she went there. She went and got herself a Meghan Markle dress. I forgot who the designer is, but yeah, she got that one. And let me show you the one from yesterday. Let me show you the one for yesterday since I'm calling her out on it. Let me see here. This one was yesterday. Okay. Hold on a second. I know how to do it. She wore a light blue cape dress, and it's just like the navy dress that Meghan wore, and also Meghan has a black one that she wore to the Queen's funeral. Yeah. So, oh wait, there it is right there, number 19. There it is. She wore an identical cape dress to the one that Meghan. Now that tell me she's not a fan. Tell me she's not a fan. She is a fan, even though she can be very mean and surly. And then she gets upset and runs home and rips her wig off and scare the neighbors. But she is a fan. Yep, a fan. So there you go. Nana Akua engaged to be married. Wow. I'm amazed. Gone are the days when she said gone are the days. I'm sorry, but gone are the days. You know what? I can't look at her and say what I'm trying to say. Let me get this off the screen. But gone are the days when she sits there pouting, wishing that her life was more like that of Meghan's. This is as close as she'll get. You know, that, and of course, the way she constantly talks about Harry and
Prince Harry is a...
Yeah, so anyway. Girl, if you knew what was good for you, you would stop making them faces. If you knew, you would stop. I promise you. She has no idea. If she did, she would stop making them faces. I promise you. It might have been cute when she was younger, but she got to stop doing that. She got to stop doing that.
Prince Harry.
Okay. Anyway, that's enough of that. Woo! I's married, yeah. I's married now. I's married now. What's that? I's married now. GB News, Nana Akua unveils fiance's identity as former prisoner after engagement. Yeah. She's got a ring and oh, I almost cussed. Why do I have a feeling that looks just like Meghan's ring? It's kind of blurry. because her hand is trembling because she can't believe her luck. Excuse me. But why do I get this feeling that that ring looks just like Meghan's? Why? Why do I get this feeling? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I's married now. Now, Amanda Playtell, Kate and Wills needs a receipt. I'm sorry. What is it? Recipe for the magic of monarchy, not receipt. Needs a recipe for the magic of monarchy. The news last March of the Princess of Wales cancer diagnosis delivered in her personal video, hit us like a bolt from the blue. She spoke with such candor and gave whatever that secure to cancer sufferers everywhere. Happily, Kate is on the mend, and she and Wills have just had their first joint engagement in Wales for more than a year. Their first joint engagement for over a year, which is all very lovely and photogenic, but I'm sorry to say that the event in Cardiff was too boring for words. Too boring for words. The future king and queen rolled up their sleeves. Actually, only one of them did because the other one was too stupid to do it. To bake Welsh cakes. It is hardly the stuff to inspire the nation or conjure up the notion of a monarchy fit for the modern age. Yet, inspiration is what's desperately needed from them at a time when King Charles has cancer himself, and we don't know how long he'll be with us. Boring, 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 painfully boring. And that was Amanda Playtell that said that. Boring. And, she's always, in their corner, but even she believes it to be a boring outing as per usual, not inspiring to people. Bacon is sort of a carry-on we expect from the bicycling monarchies of Europe, which have become irrelevant. Kate and William risk turning into European royals, so dreary they become obsolete. We want royals with power, the kind of soft power that thrilled President Trump this week when he was invited to the second state visit by King Charles. That's the magic of monarchy. Where's the magic with Kate, Wills, and cake mix? They could also have been at the BAFTAs in London recently, supporting the British film industry and adding glamour. After all, he is the organization's patron. And talking of glamour, why has the royal household decided it will no longer issue details of the clothes and jewelry Kate wears? Such endorsements are a lifeline to British brands. My advice to Kate is leave the cake making to Meghan and her new Netflix series. Although, come to think of it, even Meg's makes it more interesting. So there you have it. That is Amanda Playtell dragging Will and Kate for being boring. And she said herself, leave the cake making to Meghan, because Meghan is not boring. Meghan would at least have been interesting to watch, as opposed to Kate, who could not figure out how to roll up her sleeves and to stop touching her hair. So that is very, very true. I love when the tabloid media drop those truth bombs instead of treating them with kid gloves and praising them for their lackluster performance. Just tell the truth. Boring. Because they're not going to do any better. They're doing but there was a reason why they did the, typical stuff. And I'll show you in just a minute. Let me see here. What is that? His head always his head always reminds me of the queen from Alien. Yeah, there is that. There is that. Let me see if I can help you out with that. Oh yeah, there you go. I got you covered, Ispy. I got you covered. Prince William said it's rather normal to see war and bloodshed in Africa and Asia, but not Europe, during his visit to the Ukrainian Cultural Center in London today. It's very alien to see this in Europe. We are all behind you, he told the volunteers there. Remember that? So it looks like one of the squatties it looks like one of the squatties, I got this from Twitter a long time ago. It looks like one of the squatties had the same vision that you have, that he looks like the alien. Woo!
Prince Harry.
Okay. Let me get back over here. And right here, I believe it was Muriel that shared this. Kate Middleton accused of making the monarchy less magical. Look at the date there. June 20th, 2017, pre-Meghan. We're in a less magical era of monarchy. Baronet says Kate makes the royal family normal in revealing documentary, which of course is boring. Boring. They have been trying, ever since Kate arrived in that family, they have been trying and trying and trying to elevate her status, to make her seem interesting. And it just hasn't happened yet. And if I see another article about Kate coming into herself, Kate, the royal family's secret weapon, none of it is true. None of it is true. Kate barely moves the dial. But the sad thing is, for the royal family, as lackluster as she is, she still brings more attention than the rest of them. She still brings more attention than the rest of them. Let's see here. Oh, gosh, I wish I still had this one. There was a Hello magazine article some time ago, preparing for her destiny. They constantly play up how Kate has arrived. Oh, here's one right here from the gatekeeper. From the gatekeeper. This was like 2 years ago. This was 2 years ago. This is what I mean. She come into her own. Princess of Wales wasn't always comfortable doing royal engagements, but is now an impressive communicator.
On to this day, and going forward and things, it is, it's a wonderful family. The members who I've met have achieved a lot, and very inspirational. So and to look up to, obviously to this day, and going forward and things.
All right, if you say so, Rebecca English. But is now an impressive communicator, Rebecca English tells Palace Confidential. They have been, listen, when Rebecca English said that, that was at least 2 or 3 chins ago, right? That was 2 or 3 chins ago that she said that. It wasn't true then, and it's not true now. Just like Rebecca English trying to cross her legs now, as she tried to cross them then. It just ain't happening. So, you guys, Pedo is here. Hey, Pedo of Facts and Two Cents, a very Sussex-friendly space. And if you look at the top of the links of the chat there, you will see a link to Facts and Two Cents. Pedo has been a warrior for the cause for years now. And I tell you guys, and I say this all the time, but I mean it with all sincerity. If you ever wonder, how is it? Why is it? I work so hard to make sure that I'm accurate. It's because of Pedo. When I first started, I thought I'd just say a couple of little funny things. But when I saw how serious Pedo was taking everything that she does, I was like, I have to measure up. I want to make sure that I got my facts straight. I want to make sure that I have those extra details. And that's why I always say, do go over there and like and share and subscribe to Facts and Two Cents. Because if you are desperate for accuracy, that is where it was born as far as the Sussex squad is concerned. So, well, and of course, Tina and Michelle. So do that, and you won't be disappointed. So thank you, Pedo, for all of your hard work. You are a force of nature. All right. Okay, and let me see. Oh, I got to get back over. Oh, you know what? All right, so I added this one. That's where I was. Yes, so we were speaking about the less than magical Kate. Now, I'm going to give credit where credit is due. William has done it, you guys. William has given an entire speech in Welsh. It only took him 43 years to do what his father had done at half his age. But the point is, he's done it. His father was less than half his age when he did it, right? And his father did not wait until his mother died to master the Welsh language. Now, I'm not going to say William has mastered the language because there's a huge difference. William did not speak in front of a crowd. Charles addressed a crowd of people at Cardiff Castle. There's a huge difference. William was able to take breaks and edit the material. He probably had some coach there to help him with all of his pronunciations and such. His father didn't do that. His father, as well as his father, can speak German and French and God knows what other languages. Of course, his father can speak Welsh. But Williams' highly edited performance, I'm going to give him credit, at least he did it. It will be for the Welsh speakers to assess the Prince of Wales' first message on social media in Welsh. We're told William has been learning conversational Welsh, but hasn't had formal lessons. Okay, as I said, I believe this is highly edited. And in all likelihood, you know, not exactly conversational. I'm just saying. Oh. You know, I don't even have to say it anymore. It's just implied. Mom likes me better, though. And thank you, Petals Mom, for watching Royal Sussex. Okay. And if you take a look here, boring Kate Middleton and Prince William risk very future of monarchy with pointless stunt. Now, I don't know exactly which newspaper this came from or which, but this is another article. The Prince and Princess of Wales tried their hand at cake making during a trip to Wales this week, but one writer one writer thinks that is hardly the stuff of inspiration. So obviously, I believe this is, oh gosh, I'm looking at the font. Maybe that's the Mirror. But whatever it is, all you need is for one person to start the ball rolling, and then other so-called journalists, they will pick up on it, and then next thing you know, everyone will talk about it. But the problem is, that they're not going to go too far with this. I wish they would, but they probably won't. But I would enjoy some, genuine criticism of Will and Kate's performance, because it is very lackluster. And it seems as though if they're not trying to imitate Harry and Meghan, most times they don't work at all. So I would, I'm here for it. Okay, that article was in the Daily Record. I just looked it up. Oh, Prince Harry. No, what am I saying? Prince William and Kate have blistering. No, that's not it. That's not it. But I am curious. I want to know which publication this is. Hold on a second. I am going to find it. I want to know who wrote this article. Oh, it was in the Express, in the Daily Express, Scotland. The Scottish version of the Scottish, not a version, but the Scottish version of Daily Express. Boring Kate Middleton and Prince William risk very future of monarchy. I love it. I love it. You know I'm going to save that, don't you? I got to save that in case I need it another day. I have so many receipts. So many receipts. And that's why I keep them, so I could throw them back in their face if I must. Anyway, the long and the short of it is they are no Harry and Meghan. What? I was there in Times Square tonight and completely forgot to look. Oh, it is so cold. I was desperate to get into train station. I forgot. Well, did you guys get like the high winds? Because it was like, wasn't so cold temperature yesterday, but the wind was relentless, right? And it just made it seem even worse. So I'm wondering if you guys got some of those high winds that we had the other day or yesterday or whatever it was. But yeah, if it was anything like that, I don't blame you for, making your way out of the cold as fast as possible. That's something that you can never get used to, is that it's one thing when it's cold, but when it's windy and cold, oh my God, it seems like it goes right to your bones. I always say, in weather like that, you don't really warm up until you get home and get in your own bed. That's when you don't warm up till you get to bed. I mean, you could watch TV, eat some soup and everything, but when you're like chilled to the bone like that, it's not until you get into your bed that you really feel warm. So, yeah, so much for living in the Northern Hemisphere. As much as I love watching the seasons change, I don't blame anybody when they say, oh, I left because I got tired of the winters. I understand, but it's what I'm used to. Oh, you missed it? Are you talking about the Times Square? That's no problem. We can go back to that. There we go. That is no problem. We can go back to the Times Square. That's right there at the Starbucks, which, what is that, 46th Street? Is that 45th or 46th Street? Yeah, but it's right there above the Starbucks. It's right where that triangle is in Times Square. So cool. Right? It's huge. I love it. I was trying to find the ones from Archetypes. Archetypes, they had the billboards. Let me see if I can find the Archetypes. I'm gonna check one more time and see if I can find the archetype. Yeah, I don't see. I know I have it, but it's just not easy for me to find it. But oh, wait. There we go. I got one. I found one. Here we go. Yeah, that was the Archetypes billboard. Yeah, that was the archetype. And then, of course, this is the one from today. And this is what it looks like at nighttime. That is what it looks like at nighttime. Okay. All right. So, Prince William to become UK's secret weapon due to Donald Trump's influence. You know what? After that performance yesterday, let me just tell you, Prince William had better tread lightly because that orange monster is very capable of turning on anybody. Okay? He will turn on anybody. How the Prince and Princess of Wales are poised to become powered. Right. And I just want you to notice that they selected a photo that kind of harkens to the image of Jacqueline Kennedy. Notice how they got the kind of pillbox Jacqueline Kennedy hat. I believe that was deliberate. They were trying to reference Jacqueline Kennedy. Right? But let me just share this with you. When I saw that picture of Harry and Meghan, that video of them coming down the steps when they were on the Oceania tour, they're the ones that are the power couple. They demonstrated being a power couple, not those misfits. They just are not and will never be. They are not and never will be a power couple. They're just not. They don't have it, and they never will be. So they can forget that. They're going to keep pushing it, though. They're going to keep pushing it. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? They are not that, right? They're not a power couple. They're powerfully boring, but they're not a power couple. Don't worry. I got one more. Stand by. Okay? Do you get my meaning? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Those two misfits will never, ever inspire that much. Ever. Without even trying. Harry and Meghan's influence, Harry and Meghan's intelligence, their connection to people. That's what I'm saying. They are a global couple, global influencers. Harry is a global statesman. It's almost haunting how similar the energy is. All right. There you go. All right, let's get back to today. Where did I leave off? I was here. There we go. This is the most important soft power mission of the century. Prince William is key. Who writes this stuff? Who writes this stuff? This is the most important soft power mission of the century? Have they lost their minds? Have they been visiting Uncle Gary? Huh? Have they been sharing Uncle Gary's baking soda? After a string of blunders by Labour damaged ties with the White House, the Prince of Wales and the King could save the special relationship. After that performance yesterday, I wouldn't bet the farm on it. I wouldn't bet the farm on it. Now, I am going to end tonight with something that you may have heard of before, maybe not. The Statue of Liberty, which really, they should call it the Statue of Emancipation. They really should call it the Statue of Emancipation. The one thing that is there that is almost impossible to see are the chains. And there is a story behind that. The chains were part of the original design. You see that? Those broken chains, symbolic of freedom from bondage. the chains that represent the means by which however many millions of people were transported to the New World. Those chains are there, but most people don't know. This is the original sculpture by Frederick Augusta Bartholdi, who died in 1904. Close-up of Statue of Liberty, circa 1870. So this model was presented to the United States. And this right here, a close-up of the Statue of Liberty Museum of New York. This model right here shows you what they intended to build, right? This is what they intended to build. So this is not the complete sculpture, but after they changed it from this to this, then of course it became something that it was not supposed to. But let's see, where is she at? This lady right here, Dr. Joy DeGruy. Anyway, let me play this sound for you. I was so excited when I saw this. I'm like, yes, I have got to share this. I have got to share this. This is why we have to be very vigilant in the future, because there is an attempt to erase or alter the history of African Americans, right? The Black experience. They are desperately trying to gnaw away at it. They're trying to eliminate it. They want to alter it. They want to change it in things into, oh, it's just it was a big misunderstanding, and yeah, right. So let me play that for you.
They be about those who paid for them to be here.
What keywords should they chat GPT?
Chains.
Chains.
Okay. So let me give you a short, abbreviated thing about that, and then I'll tell you what the young people did that were very exciting.
Okay.
So when I first went to the Statue of Liberty, I only went because a friend of mine, Floyd Myers, brother Heavy D, lives out in Mount Vernon. He invited me because he got a new job. He was working for the Department of the Interior, and he was over all the national parks in the state of New York. He said, come on, Joy, go to the Statue of Liberty. I'm gonna get you a pass. I said, no. He said, why? I said, because it's gonna make me mad. I ain't going. So come on, Joy. So we're going back and forth because I knew something about the Statue of Liberty, and it concerned me that no one else knew. So part of what I knew came from when I was in France, and I saw the original drawing from the sculptor. And the original drawing showed she had broken chains in her left hand.
Mm-hmm.
She had broken chains in her left hand. It was commissioned in 1865. Important, right? End of the Civil War,
right.
slavery,
Right.
Pretty important. She's a statue of what?
Liberty.
Yes. So the chains represent the broken chains, the shackles. Was the end of enslavement. That's what the liberty we're talking about. So she's no longer holding chains. Matter of fact, she's just holding a rectangular object with a Roman numeral on it, because the United States insisted that those chains be removed. But the sculptor insisted too. He said, the chains must remain. And the United States said no. Who won?
We did not.
We did win.
I mean, sorry, we did win. Right, we got them all.
We got the chains. The chains are there. Are they?
Okay, take me to it.
Her feet, yeah.
Where it is impossible to see them under any circumstances. So this is truth hidden in plain sight. So I feel some kind of way about that, right? So I'm thinking, Floyd just got the job.
You don't want to. Right.
Yeah.
He said, no, go on and bring it. So I brought it to his supervisor. I said, there's nothing in this entire exhibit, and this was in 2007, that shows the change. You show us more than we ever want to know about that statue. You show us how thick it is. You tell us why it turned green, because it was copper and oxidized. You told us who got involved, who was involved, the Eiffel guy. You tell us everything. You show us every part, but you never show her feet. Because you see, once you show those chains and there's broken shackles, you have to then explain them. And America said no to that. So I said, I would like to myself pay for a picture, pay someone to come and photograph that and put it on exhibit like everything else. And his boss said no. I said, I'm sure that we could probably find a Black sculptor right across this water, Black sculptor that could sculpt just that part. He said, no. I said, okay, then I'm going to tell on you. So I travel all over the world telling on them about the chains. And I get a call from the Department of the Interior. And they asked me to come. They fly me in. They apologize. They say, we have been negligent. And we want to fix this. And we would like to hire you, Dr. DeGrue, to, just maybe train all of our rangers, which I did. And then, of course, it came a second time. And they had indeed had a picture up there. And everything was great. And I said, okay. Then I came a third time. Okay. Undercover.
Oh, okay.
Third time I went undercover because I wanted to see if someone was going to tell me about the chains unasked. Right. So on the tour, you get assigned some arbitrary, ranger. So the ranger, he's talked about the chains. He said, this is my history, your history, it's American history, a white man, and I'm proud to tell a story. So I'm thinking, job well done. Put a period on that. That was like 2013.
Yeah.
2019, Washington Post writes a story. The Statue of Liberty was created to celebrate the end of slavery and not immigrants. Its new museum now recounts. Stay with me. Lady Liberty was created basically for the exact reasons that it's standing there doing what it's doing and their chains are there, and that is to celebrate freedom.
Right.
And specifically the freedom of enslaved people. Now, here's the question. They have a new museum. It wasn't there when I was there. But do you think they didn't always know that? Arguably the most recognized symbol in the world. And they lied about it. They lied about it. The whole attachment to immigrants came years later. That was the original intention. Now let's just roll it back. People go to Statue of Liberty, Ellis Island, and you got always those people that go, my great-great and my great-great, they came through, And Black people look at Statue of Liberty and feel no connection. How much prouder would our young people be? How much taller would they stand knowing that she is standing on the chains that their ancestors had on them in the belly of ships because they didn't come through Ellis Island? How much prouder would they be about those who paid for them to be here? So when you erase the chains, you see, you erase me, you erase us, you erase the truth. And what the reality is, which to me is much more phenomenal, and that is we can walk there and say, no, this statue is mine, literally, and be right. We can't have that. So back to the young people. I told them
the story. Yeah.
Oh my, they were tore up. They were like, what?
Right.
So they're coming around there. They're like, wow, we didn't know that. And what can we do? These 11th and 12th graders. And I said, keep learning, keep supporting each other. All of the things that I could encourage them with. But a week later, the woman who brought me in for that 3-day training, she said, I want to tell you what happened. The boy Rittenhouse, the boy who shot the people during, I think,
Rittenhouse.
Yeah.
Rittenhouse.
Yes.
That's it, Rittenhouse. I think I deliberately don't know his name.
That's right.
But anyway, he was in the same auditorium I spoke in the next week, and they shut him down. The youth shut him down. They stood up. There was nothing violent. Them and some of the college students just stood up in the audience and said, not here. And he took his whole little entourage and left. When people know better, they do better. And we cannot expect people to educate our children about who they are. There is a disincentive for that. They absolutely don't want them to know. And they now made it a rule that they can't. And the reasoning, and I mean, I'm a social scientist, so the reasoning behind it is, to me, troubling. It's really troubling because they say, well, it's just too upsetting. It's going to upset the children. It's just, it's just too harsh a story. Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, my book, and everybody else, I'm in good company, been banned because it's just too disturbing.
Hey, comrades, if you are enjoying the episode.
Okay. Now, if you didn't recognize the voice you just heard, I believe that is Malcolm Jamal Warner, and I'm going to put the link to that video so you can share it if you like. That would be a good idea, actually. But yeah, that's so her name is Joyce DeGuy, and I'd never heard that before. I think I heard it for the first time maybe about a month or two ago, and I thought today would be a nice day to share that. But it's it's a good read. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna post it. Let me see. I'm gonna post it on the on the post. No, you're okay. Yeah, I'll post it in the community post. So I think that would be better. So if you want to listen to it again or see the actual speakers, all three of them. But yeah, so the name of the channel is NAH, Nah, I guess they call it, in case you missed it. And yeah, it was a very interesting thing. I'd never heard of this of the doctor before, and I didn't know anything about those chains. But it's very interesting the way that they can be so selective about things like that, and then they try to bury it in the history. They try to bury that history rather, and eventually the truth is going to come out, thank God. But once the truth comes out, hopefully people will share it. But this is what the artist had in mind. She was supposed to hold her torch up, right? And she has her crown, and then the left arm drops to her side with her holding a broken chain. And then you can see the original sculpture included the chains at her feet, her stepping over the chains. But because of pressure, they changed it. Looks like this says 1876, I think, and that is a sculpture from the same artist. But under pressure, they changed it. And if you don't know, the Statue of Liberty was a gift to the United States from the United States' oldest ally, the nation of France. Now, what's really sad is while France was, giving us the high five and patting us on the back because of our example of liberty and justice, at the same time, they were still collecting reparations from Haiti until, modern times, all these years, the nation of Haiti had to pay them reparations for winning a battle, a war to end slavery. The Haitians freed themselves. They were not freed by another country. They freed themselves and formed a country. And the French, along with the Americans, as their co-signers, the French said, if you want to save yourself from future invasion, you had better pay us reparations for our land and for your freedom. And Haiti has been paying that money ever since. If there's any nation that deserves debt forgiveness, it is the nation of Haiti. As a matter of fact, the French ought to be paying reparations to Haiti. If you ever wonder why Haiti has been perpetually poor for centuries, it is because of those reparations that they, as former slaves, had to pay to the slaveholders. That is a crime. It is an absolute scandal. But not everybody in France probably even knew about it or thought it was fair or understood exactly what it entailed. But we know now, right? And as Dr. Maya Angelou says, when you know better, you do better. And since we know better, we should do better. And I believe that France should pay some reparations to Haiti. They should pay them reparations for that horrendous, debt that they have been in all those years. And they don't have to, cough up money, build schools, build hospitals, give them some resources that they need. They're in need of everything. Decent, affordable housing. If it helps you save face, give them some infrastructure that they desperately need. That would be helpful. Instead of giving them receipts for a debt that was paid, and a very unfair debt. So that is another part of the history that, a lot of people don't know about or have forgotten about. But, after the French Revolution, there was a period of enlightenment where, people in France, all they wanted was liberty and justice and such. So I don't think that we should downplay the fact that there were a lot of open-minded people, a lot of, liberal thinkers at the time. But for the French government, that is something that they were not willing to let go. So there you go. Very interesting. And yes, Gustav Eiffel, they weren't sure exactly how they could build the statue to resist the wind. So Gustav Eiffel used pretty much the same type of framework inside of the statue as you would see looking at the Eiffel Tower. But the actual Statue of Liberty, the skin of the statue is only about as thick as a penny. It's only about as thick as a penny. It would be very easy to punch a hole in that statue. It's very thin skin, but it's resting on top of a steel frame. And it went through a restoration back in the 1980s. I remember that devil Ronald Reagan was in office. And people were disappointed because they thought, well, if you're going to restore it, then you should turn it back into the Carper color, because originally it was brown Carper. But if you do that, it takes the protection away from the metal. So that oxidation that you see there, that green, actually protects the statue. So you don't want to clean it. You just want, that's just the metal protecting itself. And I think it looks better green. Yeah, Haiti needs help. Haiti desperately need help. And I think the United States, along with, or should I say France, along with the United States, I think they need to be paid reparations, because the United States policies were constantly in favor of the French and showed little or no consideration to the Haitians. And what's so really pathetic about it, though, is that the Haitians, they thought the United States would help them because, after all, they wanted the same thing that the Americans wanted. They wanted freedom. The United States wanted freedom from the British, and the Haitians, they won their freedom from the French. But you don't even have to say it. It was just good old-fashioned racism. The Haitians were the wrong skin color to expect help. And that's the whole truth. They were the wrong skin color to expect help. So let's see here. But I'm encouraged, though, because As she said, she made a surprise visit, an anonymous visit to the statue, and the tour guide that she had told the story properly and was proud to share that information with the tourists, not knowing who she was. And as she said, when you know better, you do better. And that is a thing. When you know better, you do better. And yesterday, when we were discussing Ukraine, and there were some of you that were speaking about how racist the Ukrainians were and everything like that. We should not forget those things. But at my age, I'm not going to be in this angry, reactive state of mind where I'm waiting for somebody to do something at all times. I can't live like that. I can't live like that. And it's in my nature to forgive people for their ignorance. You can't forgive them when they know better, but you can forgive them for their ignorance. And you have to hold people accountable, but I'm not going to be walking around with my fist balled up. It's not healthy, and it really holds your feet to the past. It really holds your feet to the past. And if other people are comfortable with that, fine, but it's just not who I am. I want to learn, I want to share, but I'm not going to walk around with my fist balled up every day. I'm too blessed. I'm too blessed. In the United States, there's a world of possibilities in this country, and it's how do they call it, first world problems? What I might think is a huge problem for myself, there are people all over the world who would love to walk in my shoes, who would love to have the services and the conveniences that I have, knowing that when the electricity goes out, they're going to turn it back on in about 20 minutes. That's not everybody's story. Some people live with rolling blackouts or go days without electricity or clean water and such. And I'm just too grateful to God for all the blessings I have. I'm going to appreciate those blessings. I don't have the best of anything, but I have everything I need. I do not have the best of anything, but I do have everything I need. Oh, I like that. And the meek shall inherit the earth. You tell it. If you stand in one place, you can't go forward. What's her name? Toni Morrison. Toni Morrison was on 60 Minutes, US 60 Minutes, the real 60 Minutes, the quality 60 Minutes. And when she spoke about trusting people, and she was saying how she had trouble trusting white people. She said the reason why she struggled with that is that if they ever sent the trucks out and they said, you got to go with them, she said she did not feel as though she could trust the white people to say, hey, stop, you cannot do this. And of course, I believe that was a reference to the Nazis and World War II and such. And she said, I just don't know if I could trust white people to stop them from, taking me away. But then she said, at the same time, I don't know if I can trust enough of my own people, Black people, that would stop someone from taking me away. See how that works out? I thought that was powerful. I thought that was powerful, and I never forgot when I saw that. And it is a point that is is something that you can take to heart, because it is true that you would think that you could trust this person and not that person, but sometimes it's the other way around. Sometimes you can't trust anybody. That was powerful. Yeah, here. At the end of the day, people are just people. There's a lot of ignorance and fear in this world, and politicians, they feed fear of others to control everybody. The fear of others is what controls everybody. It's done deliberately. They feed on people's fear, especially when it comes to immigrants. They love just to frighten people and make the immigrants the boogeyman. And this is exactly what we're talking about. That was the discussion that we had yesterday about Ukraine, and some people felt that they just didn't care about what happened to the president of Ukraine because of all of the stuff that happened. I believe we all know about that, but it's not going to make me feel any less bothered by what happened in the White House yesterday, because what happened to him, it happened to everybody. The bigger picture is, if you don't have a government that has some level of continuity, a government that functions with tradition, where you just know that the president is going to enforce the law, not evade the law, right? Now, every president has their shortcoming, but this is something so different. This is something so different. And if collectively people tolerate what happened in that White House yesterday, that means that Donald Trump gets to move to the next level. If I'm able to do this and nobody stops me, then I'm going to do the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And when you look at it like that, it's not just about Lazinski. It's not just about him. It's about all of us. It's about everybody. That power is unchecked. And I was heartbroken yesterday. I know all about what happened with Ukraine and the Black people. But in the here and now, we cannot forget, we should not ever look away or ignore that monster in the White House. He gets away with this, he gets away with that. When he decides to do something else, there will be no hesitation. This man has verbally berated and did the best he could to humiliate another president on television, and it was streamed live to Russia. So I'm not just thinking about one person or the other person. I'm thinking of everybody, Black, white, whoever. I'm thinking of everybody. That was horrendous. It was horrendous. And that should not have happened. And if he ever decides to turn against this group or that group, there's nothing to stop him. If nobody's stopping him now, then it's going to be assumed that whatever he chooses to do is okay. This is why I get so bothered about immigrants. Now, leading up to Election Day, you guys have heard me speaking up and speaking out for immigrants time and time again. And I know some of you all don't agree with it. They're getting resources, they're getting this, they're getting that, but they're also paying taxes and contributing to the economy. You don't even hear them talking about the immigrants or migrants anymore. You just keep hearing ICE was here, ICE was there. That is window dressing. That is a distraction. They're not going to get rid of 12 million undocumented people. That is not going to happen. It's just like with Elon Musk going to these different agencies of the government. It's a distraction. All of it is a distraction. But what it does is it is putting a target on the backs of anyone who speaks with an accent. They may be here very legally, right? But you have people that will challenge them and get in their face and call the police or attack them. They feel entitled to do that. So who's going to stop the person who attacks me or the person who attacks you? Who's going to stop them now that it's okay? Now that it's okay to go after people you don't like, now that it's okay to challenge non-white people, when they come after you, who's going to stop them? Just think about that. When they come after you, who's going to stop them? When somebody decides you're black and you're not supposed to be here. I mean, it was bad enough before Trump, but now they have been given a mandate because they believe that Donald Trump is going to stop them. They're going to prevent them people from going to jail or even going to court. He's going to. It's a lot of people. They don't know that Donald Trump cannot pardon people for, let's say, let's say for the state of New York. If you commit a crime in the state of New York and it's not, a federal charge, there's nothing Donald Trump can do for you. You can still go to court. You can still go to jail. They don't know that. They think Donald Trump can intervene for everything and everybody. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Lawless, uncivil. So I just, I have to think of things on a broader scale than an individual or a single episode of something. The big picture is today is that person, tomorrow it can be you. I don't want it to be me. I don't want it to be you. I don't want it to be anybody. Anyway, you guys, so that's what I wanted to share with you. I thought it interesting, and I appreciate you guys hanging around for it. And again, the link is in the community post if you would like to watch it again. And I've already subscribe to that channel just because of that video. But, I'll see what else they got coming out, and I hope it's interesting. So love you guys. Thank you so much. As always, thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Thank you for the continued support. And I'm looking forward to the Lady Sussex tomorrow. So I got all of my pot stickers ready to go. So I can enjoy pot stickers and the Lady Sussex and George and Charles tomorrow. Yes, elections have consequences, so brother. Election has consequences. Let me see. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I tell you, there is no official language in the United States. English is not the official language. We do not have one. The government conducts business in English, but we don't have an official language. That being said, I've been a foreigner in another country, hoping that somebody could understand me or whatever. I've been to the UK, and I've had that loud, boisterous American accent. And when I traveled outside the country, I had to deal with being an outsider. But I feel the same way when I travel through certain states, and I can travel in the suburbs and feel uncomfortable as the outsider. So I am very pro migrant, immigrant, dreamers, whatever you call it. I got plenty patience for it. If you don't want them over here, then vote for a government that will stop making life difficult where they come from. Okay? You don't want them here, then deal with the government that we have. Because a lot of times when these people, like the Syrians, why is people from Syria everywhere? Because of the Western policies. England, the United States, and France, and that's why. Why is there economic upheaval in Venezuela? The United States. Venezuela has so much oil that they should not be a poor country. But they're not poor because, it's mismanaged, or the what do you call it, the government and such. It is because the United States will not allow them to openly trade their oil, because they're being punished, just like they punished the Haitians. Those economic sanctions can ruin a country. And if you don't tap dance to the American government music, you're going to be poor. They're going to do everything they can to keep you poor. Venezuela should be flush with money. Me too, Marshar. That is the reason why I gravitated to the Sussex squad, was to escape that monster. That was the whole reason I gravitated toward the Sussex squad, was to escape that monster. Which is why I was so upset when Harry and Meghan had to leave. I'm like, oh God, they're taking that away from me too. I just wanted to see Harry and Meghan being loved and and doing their royal duty and their foundation and Invictus and all. That's all I wanted. I didn't want much. And then next thing you know, they have been made pariahs by the Kensington Palace and the tabloid. I'm just like, that really pissed me off. It did. It really pissed me off. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to get a YouTube channel and I'm going to push back against some of this nonsense. And that's why we're all here today at this hour, is because they made me mad. They made me mad. Okay, I'm going to go. Good night. And by the way, you guys, I'm going to go through and look at some of the people. What is that? And delete the trolls and stuff like that. I haven't done that in about 2 weeks, and I need to do that. So some of your messages may not appear, and that's because there's a software. If it thinks something is wrong, it just won't post the message. But I'll go through and check it out and then go ahead and post those. But sometimes the algorithm, the AI or whatever, it thinks something may be offensive or whatever. And so I'm using what do you call it? I forgot what you call it, but anyway, it's to prevent the trolls from entering our space. So there's certain words and such that have to be okayed before they can go up. I don't want to say what the words are because it's not, for everybody. It's just for the trolls. So I'm going to take a look at that tonight. And then if you got something that hasn't posted, that's probably the real, because I heard someone or saw someone said that yesterday that my post is not showing. That's probably why, but I'll fix it tonight. Okay. Thank you. Now let's cue the Ginger Avenger.